the best and worst chest exercises, in my opinion. All right, new series for you guys. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna tell you my favorite and least favorite exercise for each body part. And we're gonna break it down, talk to you about why I like it and then why I hate the other. So let's start with the favorite and be positive here. All day long for chest, there's a lot of great options, but slight incline dumbbell press is gonna be my go-to. If I could only choose one to do the rest of my life for chest, that's gonna be it. I can get a good stretch. It's at a slight incline, so it's gonna get a little front delt, it's gonna get a lot of upper chest, and it's gonna get some mid pec, obviously. I like this because it feels great, it's joint friendly, it's easy to sit back with these dumbbells, where as opposed to if I was on a flat or a slight decline, like those can be a little bit more cumbersome to sit back into, especially if I'm by myself. And then in terms of why I like it is I have a great connection to it. I can really open my chest up and get a great contraction at the top. And it just feels good, guys. Like, the reason I also like it as opposed to, say, a barbell is where I'm locked into, say, a pronated grip. With those dumbbells, I can twist a little bit, kind of almost tuck my elbows. That's going to protect my shoulder a little bit. Also, this is a great exercise to really focus on some progressive overload with for the top set. And then for your back off, you can do all types of crazy stuff. You could do a drop set. You could do pulses in the hole, pulses at contraction, which is one of my absolute go-to favorites. And honestly, you could even do a rest pause, even though it's not my absolute favorite to rest pause with because it's getting those dumbbells kicked back up into place, but I've definitely done it. I would never want to do that for my top set, but for a back off, so let's say for my top set, I'm doing 140s or 150s for 8 to 10. For my back off, if I'm going to do 90s or 100s, like I have no problem kicking those up for 3 mini sets. But for the most part, I'm going to opt for slow controlled deliberate pauses, both the top and the bottom for my back off on this. And then honestly, for incline dumbbell press, like you could do volume as well. Like John would have me work up doing sets of 8 until I missed 8. He would have me work up to like a hard 10 and then stay there for 3 sets. I've done all types of things with this exercise, and honestly, all of them have worked and felt great. So to me, you just have to make sure you don't set the bench too high. And then the flip side of that, like your gym obviously has to have dumbbells that are heavy enough for your strength. So for example, of the 4 gyms that I go to, 2 of them have dumbbells that are heavy enough for me to use if I'm going to do, say, second and third in rotation. If I was to do them first, the only place that has ones that are heavy enough are going to be elite. If I'm going to be in the 8 to 10 range and not go super, super slow. So if your gym sadly doesn't have dumbbells that are over 100, over 120, like you're going to have to slow the tempo down. You're going to have to move it toward the end of your workout, or you're just simply going to have to opt for something else, like a Smith machine or a barbell press in terms of you're hitting your chest. Sets and reps with that, like I said, a top end and a back off. You could do 4 sets if you're going to do volume, but for the most part, I'm going to opt for a top set and then an intensified back off set for that for my movement. So that's all things my favorite chest exercise. Now on to the least favorite. Any guesses before I start? My all-time just like cringe lift is the hammer strength sideways chest press. If you watch this video, you can see my extended version of why I hate it. Here's the quick cliff notes. I've yet to see anyone with a lot of muscle do this exercise. Secondly, you cut the stretch position completely out of the lift, which if I'm going to press, the stretch position is one of the best in terms of muscle growth. And then lastly, you can't load it heavy. You just can't. If you're doing it and doing it properly, the most I've ever seen someone do is 2 plates aside. That's a damn warm-up set on the hammer strength incline for me. A warm-up. And you're going to count that as work? Stop it. Stop facing sideways. Stop going, ooh, oh, this feels so good. I'm growing. No, you're not. I guarantee you if you load 4 or 5 plates on the hammer strength incline and do 8, that's going to be way more beneficial than your little sideways cute and your Gymshark fucking dangling cross earring doing this. I need you to really look at it. Look at the guys who are doing this. It's not the big jack motherfuckers. I can promise you that. You'll never catch me doing that. Or any of my buddies. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Stop it. Cut it out. If you're doing this, simply replace it. Square those shoulders and go both arms at the same time. Or if you want to do unilateral, by all means do it. But just sit back and press. Don't miss the shortened range. There you have it, guys. My favorite and least favorite chest exercises. Hope you enjoyed these. Next up, biceps. Stay tuned next week. Christmas TV.